All right, we are back
again.
Okay.
And I bet y'all can hear us this time, though.
Okay, but we're gonna tell you what happened, and then we're gonna go into the show. So we had a little technical difficulties. Apparently, nobody could hear nothing we were saying.
And we was just going on, and y'all was just letting us go on for like 20 minutes.
Right.
And we played it back. We like all that good stuff. But that's all right. That's
But
technology for you.
But anyway, welcome to the Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow podcast.
And we are your hosts. I am Koko.
And I am Xolani. If you can hear us,
if you're there, first of all,
if you can hear us, drop a comment. Let us know that you can hear us.
Did it say that the live video has ended?
No.
That's the old one. Okay. Yeah. Hey, I'm confused now. It's the third time, but the third time is a charm. So yeah, we're back, y'all, and this time it's for real. So if you can, please share this live. Hopefully, if you shared it the last go round, just share it again. Give us a like on the page. Also subscribe to our channel, our YouTube channel, which is the same name, For Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow. And also hit that notification bell when you go on YouTube so that you'll be the first to receive all of our latest content. And also, this show is a public forum, so please just feel free to interact with us, comment, ask questions, all that good stuff. Anything else you want to add to that?
Nope. I just had the evidence that we are able to be heard.
All right, cool.
But I'm in producer mind, going back in the host mind.
Right. So, hey, that's a good tie-in to what we're going to be talking about today. So basically, we wanted to take today to just take a show with no guests and just really be able to introduce ourselves and really just talk about what the show is all about and all of that good stuff. So you can go first if you want to. We're going to introduce ourselves.
Well, as we have implied on here many, many times, my name is Xolani. And most of you know me as a DJ and audio engineer. If you don't, then that's what I do. I'm a DJ and live audio engineer. I've been a DJ now for 19 years.
It's a long time.
19 years. I was a little lad. I was a little boy when I started. I was 14. So let you know I'm 33 now. And yeah.
Yes. So that's you. I'm Koko. I am Xolani's other half. And
my wife.
Wow. You sounded like some old country bumpkin. But yeah, we've been married for almost 3 years, coming up in about a little bit over a month now. And we wanted to start this podcast. We had a previous podcast actually before, called the Black Empowerment Radio Show. And for those of you all who supported that, we thank you. And that's what led us on our journey to what we're doing now. So that was like the beginning of all of that.
We just basically took about a 2.5 year hiatus from producing a show.
We had to get our life together. Yeah.
But even back then, we said we're going to bring it back.
Oh, yeah. So we're back now with the Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow podcast. Yeah, that's what we are. We talk about all types of things as far as law of attraction, manifestation. That's really how the show came about. We're also going to be really talking about our financial journey and diving into our home ownership journey. We're on that journey right now, trying to purchase our first home. So that's a majority of what the show is going to be about: financial wealth, financial literacy. What else we got?
Law of attraction, mindset.
We said that.
You can train your mind to work differently than how it's been working.
You can rewire your mind. Absolutely. We're going to also be talking about fitness. We're going to be talking about mental health and wellness. And as you've seen before, we've had some really great guests on our show. So we're going to have people who have wealth of knowledge within all of these subjects as well. And yeah, so let's talk about how the show actually came about.
So how did this show come about?
And the name of the show, because you were the one who came up with the name.
I came up with the name of the show. Mm-hmm. So the show came about because I got to a point where I realized that in order to achieve and appreciate levels of success, levels of happiness moving forward in your life, you do in fact have to free your mind, and the rest will follow.
Yeah.
So it's
It's
kind of
all
that
in a
simple,
name.
but it's still complex as well.
Yeah. So, um, again, just all about law of attraction, manifestation, and you want to talk about, I guess, how we kind of started our financial journey and that.
Well, our financial journey. So the financial journey of course starts the minute you start touching money or anything like that, but in this particular your financially forward moving journey, we were at a point like a lot of people get, where we were at rock bottom. You're at your breaking point. I'm talking broke mentally and financially.
Broke, busted, and disgusted, literally.
Yeah, so
and
we
I mean, I guess in order to tell that story, we got to even go back further to what we were doing prior to that. So, was
very
this
prior to that, we were I guess spending a lot of our time being community organizers. Some of you may remember the organizations that we took part of, the some of the organizations that we were leading, and we that was life for
that
us.
was life for us. So this started around 2015,
Uh,
and were you gonna say something?
no,
That started about 2015, and we really were pouring so much into the community, while at the same time a lot of people didn't know we didn't have anything ourselves at the time, like nothing. And the thing about it is, you can't pour into someone else, you can't pour from an empty cup, basically. And that's what we were trying to do. We were, we were doing neighborhood cleanups. We were doing weapons training. We were feeding homeless. We were feeding the homeless and barely had enough food ourselves. And I don't know
we
how we were
we was
doing that
feeding the
at the
homeless, and
time.
we was almost homeless.
Right. And it was crazy. It was a crazy time for us. And not only that, not only were we financially down, but we were mentally down as well. And a lot of times, people will look at you and they think that you have it all together, and you really don't. And a lot of the stuff, because this is going to be needs to be a whole completely different show, a future show, just about the things that we encountered when we were out there being people out in the community and doing our revolutionary work. We came across a lot of, I don't know how to explain it. Just a lot of crazy things, and it caused a lot of mental stress. I was going through some health problems. I was having chest pains, really bad chest pains all the time. Um, Gained a lot of weight and wasn't eating properly, wasn't doing, we were doing exercise, like we would do stuff, with our gun club and everything, but really wasn't enough. And just living unhealthy lives, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. So we decided at a certain point, just for our mental health and also for our safety as well, we had to take a step back a little bit from some things, and really just get ourselves together, mainly, health wise and financial wise. And that's what we did. And it's been on the up and up, I would say, ever since. Started putting some manifestation and some law of attraction into action, like at the time. And we were even talking about it then, but to really put it into action, that's a whole nother thing in itself, and start really living that life that you're talking about. So that's what led us on to where we are now. Started, eating better, started getting exercise, started just getting our finances in order. We moved out of the neighborhood that we were in, because that was, that's the thing too. When you're in a certain surrounding, you start to become like your surroundings. So you have to, if you want to do better, you have to move away from that, and get into a more positive environment. Would you agree?
I would agree.
So that's what we did. That's where we're at now, and the journey has really just begun. We are, as we said, on a home ownership journey right now. So that is the main reason why we actually started the podcast itself, is just to kind of document our financial and home ownership journey. And people that are on that journey as well now, they can follow along and take pointers or either share their experiences. And, for anybody who's thinking about, being on that road to financial freedom, this is a good show for that as well. Anything you want to add on to that as far as the what the show is about?
That's what it is. That's what it's about. Showing that journey. So a year from now, you're gonna look at this, and we're gonna be at a I guess a more advanced place, if you will. So I know a lot of times people look at those who they see as successful, and they're like, oh, I wish I would have seen like the journey beforehand. So this is the journey beforehand, up and through it. We are also doing the show. A, a statement that I've heard before is that when you are teaching, not that we're in a teaching here, but when you're teaching or presenting information, you're learning twice.
That's right.
So we are learning, growing, and presenting information. That's why we also have people on the show normally.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. Yeah, bringing forth individuals who have a wealth of knowledge. We've had 5 shows so far on the Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow podcast, and we've had some really outstanding guests on the show. And so that's another thing too, is just really being able to present you all with individuals who have a wealth of knowledge, who have something to offer the community, and help people be able to network, because that's what it's all about as well. So if you all would, if there's anyone who would like to be on the show, or if you have a show and you want us to be a guest on your show, please feel free to, hit us up, and we'll be more than happy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So now that we got all that out the way, let's talk about the where we're at right now with the financial and home ownership journey.
Okay, so where we are right now, the first and foremost, we are at the point of, again, free your mind and the rest will follow. We're at the point of getting that financial literacy at all angles. So everything from saving and investing money to learning about some things that we may want to do in the future.
Rebuilding credit. Sorry, I had to.
I mean,
throw that in there. It's fine.
I was gonna say that.
I know. I just said sorry. I want to throw it in there. You ain't got to get offended and stuff, but it's good.
Anyway, yes. Learning about credit and how it works. So in essence, rebuilding it by learning how it works. Again, financial literacy. That is the biggest thing there as far as the financial side of the show.
Yeah. So, and that's, I know for me personally, that's where it started with me, with the financial portion of it. I guess it's almost been 2 years since I guess about a year and a half since I really started working on my credit. Credit was not good. And I mean, what about yours?
I mean, we've been there. Pretty sure, we've been there. A lot of people listening been there. Yeah, it was
yeah.
So it's not exactly great now, but we're working on that.
Mine is good now. It's good. And my points went up. My FICO went up 25 points this week. So
going up. Don't you love when you get that
man,
that notification? Your score has increased.
That was the highlight of the week this week, like 25 more points, and I wasn't even expecting that. So that was pretty dope.
Do you know a lot of people, and we've been there too, a lot of people just don't check that kind of stuff because they know that it's bad, and they say, I don't even want to look at it. Same thing, people don't want to look at their bank accounts because they know ain't no money in there, or it's not as much money as it should be in there, or it may be negative. So we're getting to the point to where we like to look at that stuff because we know that we're building it.
So what happened was about a year and a half ago, I the main thing, the biggest thing on my credit report is school loans. So I had to get to a point to where I was like, I need to figure out a way to get this together. So started taking some steps to get that together, and that's where it started. And automatically my score went up like 54 points within like a month's time. And so I got a high off of that. And I was like, oh no, we're going to keep on going with this. So it's been, I don't know how many points I'm up since when we first started, but it's been miraculous over the past year and a half. Did you want to talk about your journey with the credit?
Similar kind of thing. No student loans though. Thankfully, I have not been in a position to use student loans due to my military service, but still pretty bad stuff that I'm climbing out of.
And here's the thing, there's a lot of people feel shame. Well, there's two different things. You have the people that feel a lot of shame about, not having credit that's up to par. And then you also have a lot of people who, we in the Black community, we joke about it a little bit, the whole Black people don't have good credit, which is a myth because there's lots of Black people out here with excellent credit. But it's something that we joke off or either we're ashamed to talk about. And we want to get to the point to where people are really not only just talking about it, but taking the steps to, rebuild their credit and get that stuff taken care of. Not saying that, a credit is going to be a thing that you're going to, definitely want to use all the time, but it should be there. It should be in good standing because it should be a tool.
Well, that's why I always include it in the comprehensive scheme of financial literacy.
So yeah, that was where it started for me. I started seeing, and I started just really researching, not only how to clear my credit up, and pay off these past due balances and things like that, but I also started doing the research on how to build the credit and what all goes into that. So there's different factors that go into rebuilding your credit. So started researching that, and then I don't know, I guess it was about maybe 6 months ago when we really started buckling down and saying, okay, we need to purchase a home. We're tired of the renter lifestyle, and it's time to really buckle down and take the steps to go ahead and start
Well,
getting our own.
yeah, it was all based off of our last living situation. And we said, look, we want to get into a position of control. So we came up with a plan. We said, we're going to do this next lease, and this is going to be the very last apartment that we move into.
Yeah, we we had a string of bad landlords, one after another, boom, 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 and it really just it was the catalyst to where we are now.
Yeah,
So
we're talking from slumlord to scam lord.
yeah, so luckily we're in a position now to where we're not dealing with any slumlords anymore at all. We are still renting, but it's a much better situation than what we were in before, and now we're just trying to move on up from that and get into the best position possible. So that's where we're at now.
All right, I was in my mind seeing Jefferson moving on up.
Wow. And yeah, that is the financial, now where we're at on the home ownership journey. Like I said, we're really trying to get our credit rebuilt at a pretty good position right now to where if we wanted to, we could go ahead and really start purchasing as far as credit wise. We want to talk about what kind of loan we are pursuing.
Well, again, because of my military service, we will be pursuing a VA loan, and that's going to help out, especially with that down payment requirement.
So what's the benefits of a VA loan?
The biggest thing, again, there the down payment requirement is the main benefit there, and some other things. You're going to have some people when you are a veteran as such. You're going to have agencies that they're going to take care of you a little bit more than they would a traditional loan.
Yeah.
And there's going to be you'll still have things like an interest rate, but it won't be as much as a traditional loan.
Yep. So that's what we're doing. We are I guess you found somebody that you want to work with us as far as a realtor, correct?
Yeah. I'm definitely going to be giving her a call. As far as a realtor, start working on the process now. So by this time next year, we want one thing about when I go after something, I like to be real particular about it. I like to get down to the specifics and the details.
Mhm.
That's a great way on how to manifest, is get real exact on what it is you want and what it is that you need to do to get to that point.
Yeah. So, and we're going to keep you all updated on everything as far as our journey, what our steps are, at the time. And yes, it's going to get real interesting. I'm talking about all the way through down to when we get those keys, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
so
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So we're gonna go into talking about, I guess, law of attraction and manifestation, because I know we keep throwing it around and not everybody knows what that means.
Y'all
So
gonna see me sipping on this water this episode because
I got mine too.
I don't have guests to put the camera on this week. So
That's all right. Get that hydration. That's the first thing you need before any of this other stuff is water.
I mean, I guess it's not bad. It's people out there that be eating and like
They do all kind of
doing all
stuff. Oh
kind of
yeah,
stuff.
we're gonna do some mukbang too. We're gonna do that too. But
shout out to the people that's tuning in. Of course, we got John tuning in. He said them slumlords are a mother flipper.
that's how John talks.
He will.
But that's good. Stay classy, John.
Yeah. Shout out to, of course, Dre tuning in. Shout out to Leroy Smith. Shout out to Mike Love, DJ Mike Love. Also, active duty Air Force person. I'm not sure of his rank, but I think he's an NCO, so he's in the leadership there. Of course, shout out to Chris Raw Blend.
Shout out to Uncle Dwayne.
Shout out to Uncle Dwayne. Yeah. And of course, DJ Smooth.
DJ Smooth, the other half of Smooth Motivation Productions. So yeah. So let's, as I said before, we're going to break down the law of attraction and manifestation, because there are people out there who may not know what that means. So law of attraction is basically what you imagine you become, what you think you create, what you feel you attract. It's we got it on our wall.
Okay. That's what I was like, she was ready for that one. Oh, it's on the wall.
Yeah.
That right there, y'all can't see it because it's on our other wall. That right there is law of attraction. You start giving yourself these messages. You start to it's going to sound weird, but you start getting out of what you may think is reality.
Yeah, I have it everywhere. I mean, we have that. I got over here, always be joyful. We got, you can actually see the two little bars that I have over there. So we just keep messages around everywhere. That's just basically, that was my vision to decorate. It's just keep these positive, motivating messages, because that is what law of attraction is. Law of attraction can go in both directions. It can mean, you are attracting positive into your life, or it can mean that you're attracting negative into your life. But it's whatever you choose to focus on. What you focus on grows. And manifestation is just basically you can manifest positively or negatively. So whatever it is that you want in life, you got to tell yourself you got it already. You got to tell yourself you are that. So that's how you manifest. You can manifest negatively. We don't want to do that, but it's also positive. I mean, it's also possible.
It works in the way that you are making it work. I've heard people say, "Oh, this law of attraction stuff, it ain't working for me." It's like it's working for you. It's just that you have a lot of thoughts that may not be beneficial for you. You may indulge in information or entertainment that may not be beneficial for you. The messages that you're putting in your subconscious and unconscious mind is the manifestation working. So it's always important to basically have the discipline in that. You have to be even if you think that, oh, okay, I thought something negative, you have to be ready to say, let me turn around that thought, let me stop myself while I'm in those tracks and go the route that's going to benefit me the most.
Basically everything that we're doing, and even the place where we live now, we manifested all of that.
We did.
We made something literally out of nothing. We got it out the mud, as they say.
Out the mud. Come from the slums.
So manifestation is real, man. I've been on a path of that, for about the last 2 years, and life has just been on the up and up ever since. So, and this is, like we said before, this is only the beginning, and it's going to get so much better. So with that being said, I want to talk about our multiple streams of income that we have thus far.
Okay.
You can start that off if you want to.
Yeah, so multiple streams of income. If you don't know, it is creating, uh, kind of like it says, different ways that you have money coming in. You're not just depending on one thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and really you want to get this to the point to where you got some passive streams of income. I'm still tweaking that, getting that ready. I think I got some things in place for that. But multiple streams of income, an example that I would have is, of course, my DJ production business to me has always been number one. Even when I had regular jobs, even when I was in the military, that's always been number one. This job is to fund the dream business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, of course, with the COVID-19 stuff, that wasn't going so well up until it's starting to pick back up recently. So that's where the multiple streams of income come in at. The biggest thing actually has been the gig economy in 2020. If you are not participating in making money from the gig economy, you might be a little bit behind. Even if you got yourself a regular job, you just want to make you some extra money on the side, and when I say gig economy, I mean things like driving for Lyft, Uber, delivery service, Postmates, DoorDash, Grubhub, things of that nature. You do Instacart, Shipped. We mention those a lot, but these are different ways to where you can go as an independent contractor, meaning that you don't have a boss or a supervisor. You are working with these companies and working for them, but you're working for them as a 1099 independent contractor worker. So you get those going, got multiple streams of income coming in. So something may not work. Okay, money's coming in from here. Another thing that I'm working on is investments. That's also where some of the passive income is going to come, because when you start investing your money in things like index funds, mutual funds, things of that nature, your money starts to grow and mature. Your interest rates start to work in your favor. Interest rates go positive or negative. This is the part where it goes positive. So things of that nature. If anybody else has things that they consider to be multiple streams of income and not necessarily just working like 2 or 3 jobs, feel free to drop that in the comments.
Can I drop some?
Yeah, that that's literally what I was going to say next.
You good?
Yeah,
I was just asking, can I drop some?
drop some.
All right. So, I guess I also have Fruition Fitness and Nutrition, which is a fitness and nutrition business that I am currently in the process of building right now. I am a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach. I just became certified in March, which was literally like a couple of weeks before all of this COVID stuff started happening. It might have been like, well, no, I think it was like the end of February when I became certified. And I was ready to go and jump off into the fitness world. And of course, things happened. So I had to, and this is also where, you have to really, start using your mind to figure out how you're going to do things. I had to take some time and say, okay, how can I make this work in the midst of, everybody trying to social distance, and also, with gyms being closed down and everything. Well, I think even prior to the gyms being closed down, I had made up my mind that I didn't want to be in the gym necessarily as far as training people. Now I will do that as well, but I had already, even before COVID, had decided I want to concentrate on showing people how they can work out from home, how they can work out in the park and things like that with using body weight. So once everything with COVID happened, it just really drove that even further. And I said, you know what? I want to become a online trainer and do some workouts online, also issue some online challenges. And also, I'm going to be doing training via Zoom. So I'll be able to personally train people from the comfort of their own home and the comfort of my home. And we'll be on Zoom, and it'll still be the same, but we will be in our own comfortable place. So that's what I got going on now. I'm working on that, building the website. I've built some media for that as well, and that's going to be definitely taking place. I keep saying within the next couple of weeks, but it's so much involved in it that, I'm learning every day that, yeah, it's definitely going to take place within this next month. So be looking out for that. That is Fruition Fitness and Nutrition. And I'm also a mobile trainer as well. So if you would like for me to come to you, to your home and train you, or we can be out in the park, there's lots of different options, but we're going to be mainly concentrating on that online training. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm just excited about it.
Yep. Shout out to Keisha's sister Keisha in the
My
chat
sister
room.
Lakeisha. That's a whole nother story. So I'm Lakeisha, and I got a sister named Lakeisha, and we just Lakeishas together, and that's my blood sister. But that's a whole nother story in itself as well. But hey, Keisha girl. All right. So oh, you know what? I forgot, because I did want to talk about what my inspiration was for Fruition Fitness and Nutrition. So basically, as I mentioned before, health was not too good a couple of years ago, and decided to just take my life in a different direction health wise. Once I started getting in better shape and eating better, and then I decided I wanted to do the personal trainer certification. I realized during this time, and I'm still going through it now, being a woman of a particular age, I'll be 43 in a few months. Once you hit those 40s, things are a little bit different as far as weight loss. Everything starts to slow down around that time. So I really had to dig in and do my research and really find out, because it wasn't as easy to lose weight as it was, when I was back in my 20s. So I had to really dig in, do the research, and that's how I just really became, really knowledgeable about all of the things that I know about fitness and nutrition now. So that motivated me to want to create a niche. Now I'll train anybody, but my niche is working with women who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond, because that is a special time of life. We got a lot of stuff going on with hormones and things like that, and we're gonna actually take some shows where we really dig in deep with that. But anyway, I said all of that to say that that was the motivation. I wanted to create that niche and focus on women, and just really help them and motivate them and show them, different ways that they can go about achieving fitness at this time in their life. So that's that. What's next?
What's next? I guess you have on the list my DJ career.
Go ahead and hit it.
Okay.
DJ.
DJ. Yeah, that's a term that I've been hearing for a long time. Well, my DJ career started officially in 2001. I was that kid that basically knew what I wanted to be when I grew up. So I started as a kid. So there's one thing that I'm very fortunate to be able to say, that I am doing what I aspired to do as a kid. I am a music lover, so that's what it goes with. I've kind of created my brand to represent being a music lover. So my when I do an event, it's not necessarily I'm going to play whatever, all the top Billboard joints, current, whatever the radio is doing. Not say that I won't play any of that, but it's not based on that. It's going to be like, hey, let's share this music together. Let me take you on a trip. Let me take you on some memories. Let me introduce you to some sounds that you may not have heard before, but you feel them when I hear them. That to me is what true DJing is about. So basically I've been doing that for 20 years almost. I have developed the DJ company into a full-scale production company. So in addition to just providing the music as a DJ, it is about producing the entire event as an audio engineer. So the things that you may not see, you see the DJ, but you don't see the setting up the event. You may not see things such as who makes the musicians on stage sound good, the singers, the people who are speaking or presenting. They have to sound good as far as on the technical end. They're going to have their talent and sound beautiful with their talent, but someone has to make them sound good to you as the audience, and that's what I do along with my partner DJ Smooth.
Smooth with 3 O's, because you got to say it like this.
Smooth.
Smooth.
That's how you should. If you say smooth like that, then nobody will ever miss that third O, man. I'm telling you.
So those are two streams of income. Also this podcast, and that again is why we would like for you all to like and share the page, because this is also another stream of income for us. When you like and share, then you add value to the channel, well, to the page, I should say. And then also we do have the YouTube channel as well, and the podcast itself, which is on podbeam.com. So we have those. Xolani did mention that we also have the gig economy things going on, which I'm on a number of different apps, like a lot of different apps. So Uber, I'm just going to name them: Uber, Lyft, Shipped. I'm also signed up for what's the other one? The other grocery one. Instacart. But as you can see, I couldn't even think of the name. I have yet to actually do an Instacart order. Right now I am heavy on the Grubhub. That's the money maker for me. I kind of use Lyft and Uber as a secondary. And what else we got going on? I'm signed up to, I forgot the name of that other app that I haven't used yet, but I haven't really gotten any offers from them yet. I can't think of the name.
I can't think of the name either, but
I can look at it from my phone.
And the point of doing all of these different things is sometimes people get caught up in getting to the gig economy and treating it like a regular job. But the point of doing it is, for one, that's multiple streams of income within that industry. One side of it may be going slow, and another you may be able to pick up money some other place, or you just may not feel like being on a set schedule. You can you don't even have to make a schedule. You can just literally tap a button on your phone and go make money.
I can't even find the app on my phone right now, but there's another one. And as soon as I think of it, I'm gonna say it. But that's another one. Also, we are both on Postmates as well, but I really very rarely use Postmates. And that's another thing with these apps. You really start, as you start to do them more and more, you'll know which ones are the money makers for you. And every market is different in every city. And then everybody is different. So what may work for one person might not work for another person. So it really comes down to like what you like, what you enjoy doing. Shipped, I didn't really enjoy it that much because I don't really like shopping for other people. It takes a lot of time for me. Doing Grubhub or doing Lyft is like, it's quick. You make that money fast. You go out, you grab the delivery or you grab the person, and then you drop them off, and then that's it. And you have your money. Ship takes a little bit more time. You got to work for your money. You got to shop for it, then drop it off. You got to get to the store. So there's a lot of steps involved with that. So it's really about just finding, like I said, what works for you. You can multi-app. You can use more than one app at a time. Xolani's really good at multi-apping. He does the Lyft and the Grubhub together. And sometimes I guess you put the Postmates with it as well if it's slow, because you're gonna have your good days and bad days. You know?
Sometimes I will use up to three apps at the same time. When I was doing DoorDash, sometimes I would do that. And you may have several orders on you, but this is a part where people say, "Oh, how much money you make doing that?" However much money you want to make doing it.
Yeah, and it just depends. It's all about your drive. Literally, your, no pun intended, your drive.
Your drive.
But who going? Why are you looking like that?
Oh, okay.
They're gonna think that the screen froze.
Freeze.
You see what I gotta deal with like every day?
You ain't got to deal with nothing.
I gotta deal with it.
I am.
Something's wrong with them.
Maybe something's right with me.
Maybe. Who knows? Anyways, but yeah, so we do those apps. And a lot of people, here's the myth that I want to just drive away right now, because there's a lot of people out there like, oh, you can't make no money doing that. Let me tell you something. Like that is our main form of income right now, besides the DJ business. Like, That's our everyday go-to. And we make a lot of money doing it. I'm not even gonna lie. Wouldn't you say?
That it's the best consistent money that I've made that I can think of.
Yeah, you can make some really good money doing that. And it's easy. It's easy money. It's not even like I mean, there's things that, with as with anything, you have some frustrations and things like that. That's another show. But as far as, just overall, it's easy. It's
It
quick money. And then as soon as you're done with the transaction, the money is in your account, like literally that quick.
Yeah.
So it's, I would definitely suggest that even if, you already have a business or you already have, a 9 to 5 or whatever, 6 to 10 or whatever type of job you have, you can do this on the side and you can literally do it whenever you feel like it. So if you just bored one day and you ain't got nothing else to do, you can go out for an hour or two and go make you some quick money real fast. It's
You
that
can
simple.
even do it wherever you feel like it.
Yeah.
As long as there's long as it they have that platform in the market, you can do it. Um, Last year we went to Indianapolis, and when you're doing your thing with Beachbody, and while you were in there, what was I doing? I was doing some. I was picking up some Lyft passengers in a city that I'd never even been to.
Yep. Speaking of Beachbody, that was another. I didn't really do a lot with Beachbody, but that is also another option that I have as well. I am Team Beachbody as well, and so that's another stream of income. There's so many different things that you can do out here that it's ridiculous as far as an independent contractor. We also have Communiverse LLC, which we started that. It was a work from home. Um, Basically, we did customer service over the phone from home, and also as an independent contractor. We have that as an option. We haven't been doing that for a couple of years, but it's still there as an option if we ever need it. So, and that's the thing about it. You pick up all these different things and you have all these different options that you can, work with.
Yeah,
So that is, do we have anything else? We got some things that we're building
we got some things that
right
we're
now. I'm
building.
not going to speak on it too much just yet until we get it ready. But yeah, we got some other things that we're building as far as streams of income. That's basically it. What else are we talking about today? We're talking about, I guess we want to talk about fitness and mental health and wellness. And really this is just some advice. What advice would you give to people about fitness and mental health and wellness and taking care of yourself? Because that's the first thing that you need, to put into the universe, that energy before
Well,
anything else.
first and foremost, I would tell you that, or remind you at least, that your mind and body is interconnected.
Yeah.
All this stuff, everything that you're doing with your body is controlled by your mind.
That's why they call it
So
mind, body, spirit.
mind, body, spirit. So that's the first thing. First is you got to understand that. So that's why some people may have seen me over the years and realize that I don't stress much, and that's very intentional. It's not like I'm wired like that. It's not like I was just born, oh, you don't stress much. I had to learn to not stress because I've seen people die because of stress. It breaks down your body. So that's first and foremost. Now with your fitness, you have to understand that you do only have one body. Now, yeah, you can go get surgery, this and cosmetic, this and that, but you do only have one body and you have to take care of it. The biggest piece of information that I received was, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. So that's why I have
or gain it.
Well, in essence, yeah, you're going to be losing your body, because when you gain all that body fat and the other complications that come with basically being lazy, not working out, you're gonna pay for it in a not so good way.
Yeah. So it's definitely a good thing to invest in is your health. Your health is your wealth, literally. So yeah, you want to make sure that you are eating balanced. You don't have to starve yourself or eat rabbit food or anything like that, but just be balanced. You can have your days. I certainly have my days where I like to eat and indulge in, my favorite foods. But, for the most part, I take part in a 20 or 80-20 lifestyle. So meaning, 80% of the time I'm going to, be trying to eat healthy and balanced, and make the best decisions for myself. And then that other 20% of the time, I'm going to indulge. And that's exactly what you should do. Your mental health and your wellness is tied into that as well. And one thing I can say as far as fitness and mental health is, once you get out there and start exercising, it doesn't have to be anything hardcore or anything. You can start walking, or start jumping rope or playing basketball, shooting some hoops, whatever it is, or dance or play with the kids. But once you start doing that, you will be surprised at how much you will be on a mental high. Your mind will respond to that. It will help to rewire your brain. You're going to start feeling just so much more alive and so much better about your life and better about things. So it does all tie in. Anything else to add on to that?
One thing, I've learned a lot from fitness. I've learned a lot about life from
Oh yeah,
fitness.
definitely.
I've learned, taking that extra step, doing that extra rep. You feel like, oh, I want to give up, or, oh, I'm done. My body's so, no, keep going. That type of thing. So you apply that to life. You apply to, hey, you want to get in shape. You want to tone up. You want to gain some muscle. You want to lose some body fat. You are in control of that. And the more excuses that you have, the less that's not going to happen for you. So again, that's how life is. You roll with a bunch of excuses, then you're going to be in the same place 10, 20 years later. So same thing with fitness.
Yeah, and it's all about, just being kind to yourself, and challenging yourself as well. And like you said, doing that extra rep. Me, I do a lot of hit training, so I create a lot of hit workouts for myself and for others. And one thing that I do with hit, it's like you're going to be hitting it hard for maybe 30 seconds or maybe a minute, as hard as you can, and then you're going to take some time, whether it's 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and you're going to rest. Well, in that time, when I am going hard for those 30 seconds or that 20 seconds or that minute, I push through the timer. So I have my timer set, and if the timer's going off, I'm going to get that extra rep in, because I know that that's that's going to take me over into the next level of where I want to be. So, but we're going to have plenty of like episodes about fitness.
Absolutely.
And really just talking about that and giving fitness tips and things like that as well. And yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing. I guess it's time for us to get into the little fun part of the show.
Fun part, Q&A, fun
So
part.
usually when we have guests on the show, we have a little segment that we call this or that. And so basically, we shout out things to the guests and have them choose. So we're going to do something a little bit different today, since it's just the two of us. We're going to be asking each other questions.
Okay.
And we're going to just pick some questions and ask each other. You can go first. You can ask me whatever you want to ask me.
Okay. Well, let's go with that number one right there. When did you screw up everything, but no one ever found out it was you?
You would pick that one.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know. That's a hard one. When did I screw up everything? And what was the question? But nobody ever found out it was me. Okay, this is a funny one. This was actually this is a couple of weeks ago, because we were talking about the Grubhub thing. So I was delivering some food to a customer, and I was going up the steps, and I had two big bags, and I tripped. I actually banged my leg up, my ankle pretty bad too, and I tripped and I fell, and I still had the food in my hand. And then so the lady, she came to the door, and like I had got up before she actually saw, that I was like on the ground and everything, but I'm pretty sure her food I was so embarrassed to say, I'm pretty sure her food was probably not in the best condition. And she was a pretty good tipper too. So I was like feeling bad about it. But like when she opened the door, I was already up, but I was probably looking all disheveled and sweaty and everything. And she probably was like, what in the world? And by the time she got in the house, I'm pretty sure like her food was all over the place. But yeah, that's what happened.
Look here, y'all. If you are out here doing food deliveries and you haven't fallen, then you ain't a veteran.
Then you ain't a veteran yet, because you be moving, man. It's a physical,
Yeah.
it's a physical job. It really is.
I've fallen quite a few times doing that. I think the last one, it was a similar situation, except the customer did see me fall. So I fell right in front of him, and I was just like, if your food's messed up, I'm sorry. He was understanding. He had some steep steps, and I had on some heavy boots because it was raining.
Wow.
So
You've had some doozies though. Like, remember you locked yourself outside the car
yes,
in the
I
dead of
locked.
winter.
Oh, that was horrible. Locked myself outside of the car. Locked the customer's food in the car too.
Man, you
And
did.
but they were nice. They let me hang out in their house for until we got the
It was like dark and cold.
yeah, it was
It
dark
was
and
freezing
cold.
that
It
day
was
too.
freezing, man. But yeah, the
All right.
customer was cool, so they let me warm up in their house until the tow truck people came to pop the lock and get me up in there. So they got a refund.
All right. So I guess it's my turn.
Okay.
Let's see. What is the best and worst purchases you've ever made?
Best and worst purchases. I got a lot of worst purchases. Okay. So
Can I real quick say what the best purchase has been that I know of that you
like
made?
like what?
That flex.
That flex, that was the best purchase. That the flex is our one of our vehicles. That was a vehicle that one of the things that we manifested. I didn't manifest it, well, I guess we manifested, but I wasn't thinking about getting that exact vehicle. But the plan was at my last job when I got hired there, said I'm gonna work this job until we get our money and finances ready enough to get a vehicle and get off the bus. So yeah, I would agree that was the best collective purchase of ours. Worst purchase. This is going to sound funny, right? So I'm gonna mention my first marriage, okay? Because this is when I was at the beginning of making like very stupid financial decisions. Um, I got a ring on a payment plan at one of them stores in the mall that's in the military area, where they very much prey on young 19, 20-year-old military folks that ain't never had no money. So I did like one of them extended payment plans on the ring, and basically we got divorced before I was done paying for the ring.
You know what? But you're not the only one. There's probably so many people in that same situation. So many people. It's not even an uncommon thing. So don't beat yourself up too much.
Oh no, I don't beat myself up much about it, but it was a funny thing to me. Like I laughed at it after the fact. Like, yo, I'm still paying on that thing. Please stay away from payments like that, especially for a ring, yo. Uh, stay away from payments if you can.
Stay away from payments. Try to be debt free.
You're right. Just because they approve you for it don't mean that you should do it.
Or that you can afford it.
Or that you can afford it. Because if you could afford it, then you would have had the cash up front.
Oh, I know it's your turn to ask a question, but that one, I just saw that one and I like that one because I know what your answer is going to be because you already did it, but we're just going to ask it anyway because it's interesting. And I know a lot of people wonder about this. So
okay,
if you had a chance to change your name, what would your new name be? And why would you choose that name? And you've already done that.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. I want to explain a lot of like our name and all that stuff too. So,
okay. So most people, anybody has met me in the past 5 years or so, you're going to know me as Xolani. That is what I changed my name to. So the people who know me for real know that I'm Carmine. And that's going to be some people that, of course, I worked with as well. So I did change my name already. And why I changed my name is that I wanted to get more connected with the culture, with the heritage. So I came up with one thing. When you're naming yourself, what you want to do is come up with a name that describes you. So I came up with peace, Xolani, which translates to peace. full name Xolani Tendaji Shakur. Peace makes things happen, and I'm grateful. I consider myself to be that. That's why I got that name.
So yeah, that was that. As far as me, so here's the thing. Like, so he's Carmine, and I want to say, let's see, I knew Carmine for about 2-3 years, 2 years, something like that, before he became Xolani.
Oh, not even a whole year, actually.
Wasn't a whole year?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was like
time flies.
Yeah, it was like later that year.
Okay. So yeah, so he changed his name. And then like, okay, so we got married in 2017, and it was during a time when I guess you weren't sure what you wanted, if you wanted to be Carmine or Zolani. Or no, it wasn't that. It wasn't that you weren't sure. You were going by Zolani, but what it was at that time you didn't know if you wanted to make it a legal change as far as changing your name to Xolani Shakur. So we got married. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to change my last name yet until he decides what he wants to do. So I didn't change my last name to his legal last name, which is Matlock. So I'm still Lakeisha Borden, but you all know me as Koko Shakur. I was like, well, I'm going to adopt the Shakur name. It's not legal, but it doesn't have to be
respected anyway.
Respected anyway. So that's why I am Koko Shakur, aka Lakeisha Borden, and whatever you want to call me between those two is perfectly fine with me, because that's the name my mama gave me. That's who I am. But I'm Koko Shakur too. Whatever I feel like being in that given moment, or whatever you want to call me out of those two, just don't call me out my name. You can call me those two things though. So yeah, that's basically the history. And I guess I'm gonna get around to changing my last name. I've been thinking about it like a lot lately, because it's like, yeah, especially we're doing just so many things. It's like, yeah, it really does make sense to go ahead and change my name to that legal last name of yours. And so that's that. What other question you want to ask me?
What is your biggest screw up in the kitchen? It'd be interesting to find this out from the person that cooks a lot. I can tell you mine.
Okay, I don't understand that question. Do they mean like something that I screw up all the time, or what's the biggest thing that I have screwed up in the past? Or...
I mean, however you want to answer that. Like, did you was it something that you burned? Was it something
we've all burnt things. I don't burn things too often. You know what I burn a lot of is toast, because I put it in the toaster and then I be forgetting about it. Y'all know that. That's about all I really burn. Miss Coco don't burn no chicken like they said in that movie. I don't burn no chicken. Like, we eat a lot of chicken around here, and I'm not burning that.
Lots of chicken.
So I know everybody knows I like to make the bean pies. People like to eat my bean pies. I think the first time that I attempted to make one, it was like really super beany, and it just wasn't good. But it only took me one time to mess up on that, and then after that, I got the game and gone with it. So yeah, I don't know how else to answer that question. Like, that's about it. I cook good. Like,
have you destroyed a kitchen before?
Destroyed a kitchen, like burnt it down or something?
Have you burnt the kitchen down?
No, I've never done anything.
Have you set ablaze? Have you had
the kitchen is sacred? Like, no, man. I love cooking. What you want, Brooklyn? Brooklyn been over there. What you need? Why not? Yeah, sure, you can microwave it. Yeah, we got a show to do, but you good.
Well, they don't care. Well, she cares. She tried.
She tried. Yeah, she waited there for like 10 minutes. All right.
I may have set a kitchen ablaze or two.
Wow, that's why you really was going in trying to figure out if I had done that.
No, I mean, who hasn't?
I haven't.
I mean, you might have put too much. You might have put too much grease in the pot.
No,
you might have put the butter in there.
I told you, man.
After you heated up the
kitchen is sacred, man. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I have done that. I've had to use that flour. That's how you know you use flour on stove fires. You don't use water.
Yeah,
I always knew that.
Yeah,
at least I knew that.
As the fire truck is going down the street, but hey y'all, yesterday this guy upstairs from us, he shot himself in the foot. I don't know. I just thought about it because the fire truck again. That was kind of crazy, man. It was. I just had to bring that up, man, to get that out. Like, that doesn't happen very often. Why are you looking like that? Like I'm retarded for bringing it
I
up.
mean, hey, that's what's on your mind.
Yeah, it was on my mind, man. It was
Dumbass
just
dude shot
crazy.
himself in the foot. I don't know.
He did. It was crazy,
I
but
mean, he had some whatever he had some sort of AK variant rifle. I don't know.
yeah, I don't even know how he accidentally shot himself in the foot, but I guess it happens. Man, learn that gun safety, y'all. We're gonna have Everett on the show real
Yes.
soon.
Yes, he's probably either watching live or going to watch the replay. But and he's been, a very big supporter of ours. Even with the last show that we
A
had,
very
and
good teacher to
very,
us.
very great teacher. He is. If you are looking to get any sort of self-defense training or CCW, he does that.
Yeah, he's
And not
he's the
even
bomb.
just with firearms, he also does hand-to-hand combat.
Krav Maga.
Krav Maga. He's a Krav Maga specialist.
Yeah, he will teach you how to fight dirty. So yeah, but
Ask me a question now.
Ask you a question.
Yeah.
Okay. What quote or saying do people spout, but it's complete bullshit? I got one too. Go ahead.
Man, when people say like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, like,
right, like
I almost said some things I'm not supposed to say on here, but yes, like,
ain't that the point of having
that's
cake?
the purpose of having cake is I want to eat it. I'm going to have several slices of it in one sitting. I'm gonna have the cake and eat it too. I'm not just gonna buy the cake and then put it on the shelf. Hey, look at my pretty cake. Like, no, I'm gonna have the cake and eat it too. Don't make no sense.
Don't make no sense. Oh, I got one. Money is the root of all evil.
Money
is not evil. Money cannot be good or evil. Money is a thing, and then some people will correct it and say, well, the love of money is the root of all evil. Well, no, that's not the root of all evil either, because that just means that's a greedy person. And because I love money and money loves me, see, that's manifestation right there, law of attraction. So, it doesn't have any bearing on being evil, because I'm definitely not an evil person. So yeah, I don't know where that came from, but it's definitely not true.
I wonder how many people say that and then they complain that they don't have the money that they want in life.
Hey man, law of attraction, your subconscious hears you, and money hears you too. Money loves you. Money wants you to spend it. I know that's how I feel. Money loves me. So yeah, that's a dumb quote. You got any other quotes or anything that are retarded?
I don't know. Old people used to say this kind of thing. You ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And like my granny used to say that, and I'd be like, why would I mean, there's a toilet. I wouldn't throw the urine out of a window. I mean, I kind of understand, back in the day, she grew up without indoor plumbing. Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of old people's sayings, I got one more, then we're gonna go to another question. When they say, because we heard a lot of this lately, they must not think fat meat's greasy. Like, everybody knows fat meat is greasy. We know that.
Like, you gonna go over to the butcher and they're gonna hey, I want that fat meat, but make sure it's not greasy.
Right.
Like, no.
Yeah, that one.
Better go get you a turkey burger.
Mm-hmm. All right, what you want to ask me next?
Let's see. What was your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject in school had to have been English. I love English. Spanish. I love Spanish too. So I guess talking is what I'm talking now. But yeah, I was always interested in language arts, I guess you can call it.
My favorite subject was recess and
that is
lunch.
Not a subject.
Okay, okay, I guess it's a period. But no, if I'm be serious, it would be English or language arts as well. I even got to a point where before I went to Job Corps to finish school early, I was in my junior year. I was actually taking junior and senior English at the same time. It's like I didn't really like anything else other than language arts, the art of language.
All right. So there you go then. And here we are.
And here we are.
All right. Is it your turn or my turn? We're gonna do a couple more. These are fun.
What you got?
I asked you, did you want to? It's your
Oh,
turn.
okay.
I'm waiting on you.
Let's see. Who is the most inspirational person to you?
You.
Oh, gosh.
Now
We
what?
well, we inspire each other.
All right. All right. So is it my turn?
Yep.
Um, go back up. There was a couple of cool ones I saw
We're gonna do
before.
two, one, and one, and that's it.
All right. So that was funny. I don't want to do that one, but that's funny. We'll say that for
If
another
it's funny,
time.
then do it.
I want to save it. All right.
I mean,
Well,
this is
okay.
it's your
Well,
last question anyway.
where is the worst smelling place you've been?
The I don't um the Metro Link and the Metro bus.
Yeah, the Metrolink can get a little stanky.
That is why I do so much to I keep the house smelling good and especially keep the cars smelling good and clean because we rode that bus for a long time and it was just like it would ruin your whole mood because you chilling and somebody stinky want to get on the bus, stink up the whole bus because they don't believe they are philosophically opposed to showers.
Yeah.
Like they got something against it. Like they think Trump said like showers are cool, and they say I don't want to take showers now because Trump like showers.
All right, what's your question?
Let's see. What shall I ask?
Whatever you want to ask. Do, 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 do.
What flavor ice cream would you be?
I would not be a flavor of ice cream because I don't want nobody to eat me. So let's try another one. One more.
Which planet in the solar system would you visit?
Whichever one has nice beings on it that will accept me and we can just kick it. And yeah, I would love to be out of this world. I'm down. Yeah.
I like Saturn.
You like Saturn because of the rings?
The rings,
All
which
right.
is mostly like space debris, but and rocks, but they look beautiful from our view. Too bad it's not a solid planet and no beings can live on it. But if it was a solid planet, it wasn't just made of gases, then I would, and they had like water and stuff. Like I totally do it. It'd probably take like 20 years to get there, but
I see another question.
okay,
This is the
one more.
last
That's it.
one, but I'm okay. Would you like to be taller or thinner?
I wish I was a little bit
I
taller.
wish I was a baller. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I thought I was gonna be a like when I was a kid, I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be tall. I'm gonna like be in the NBA. And I was getting tall and then like 5'8". That's it.
Hmm.
What the F?
What the F?
I mean, like it's good medium height, I guess.
All
But
right.
give me like I mean, could gave me 6'2". Could gave me 6'2".
Well, I am, as everybody knows, I'm short, but I mean, I've never really like craved being tall or anything like that. Everybody likes to do their little jokes, but I guess it doesn't bother me. So it's like, are y'all more worried about it than I am? Because like I'm not even tripping, but yeah. Um, I don't know. I never really worried about it. It is what it is. Like I'm short. Short is cute. I'm fun size, I guess, It's cool. So, but as far as wanting to be thinner, I mean, yeah, I'm still on my journey now. And I'm manifesting it. That's another thing I'm manifesting is my fitness journey. So yeah, I am I happy with where I'm at? I am loving where I'm at. I'm absolutely, and that's the key to that. You got to be happy where you are. Do I want to be even more fit? Of course. And that's the whole beauty of the journey. It's enjoying where you are, but looking forward to where you're going to be. So, and it's a journey. This is a journey that will never end for the rest of my life. I'm going to be continuing on and getting better and better and better every day of my life. So, yeah, that's that. We've had fun today.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't have any guests today, and this was the first time that we have done on this podcast, just us two, and it was fun talking about some of our endeavors and talking about what we got going on, just talking about our views on life. And I think we're going to do this again next week by ourselves.
We're gonna do this again next week by ourselves. And again, y'all come back now. You're here, and you make sure if you got any comments, questions that you want to ask, even if you want to ask us one of those random Q&A questions like we just did, feel free to do that.
Feel free, and always, as always, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Facebook and YouTube. We're gonna actually leave the link because we never leave the link for the YouTube. We always tell people to go to the YouTube page. We don't leave the link, so we're gonna do that.
We will leave the link, and we will tell you the page on YouTube or the channel on YouTube. It is Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow podcast, but we will leave the link
on YouTube. It's just Free Your Mind and the Rest Will Follow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, it is.
Yeah. But and then also, if you just want to drive in your car and listen to us, podbean.com. And anything else? I guess that's it.
That would be it.
That will be it. So peace out, y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. I'm about to cook dinner and not destroy the kitchen. Yay.
Yay.
All right. Peace.
Peace.